Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. We felt like we had a very informative cooking session today. So we thought we would go a little bit deeper, take a deeper delve into the things that we couldn't really talk about and do this Facebook Live here with you guys today. So of course, you know her, she needs no introduction. This is Rebecca Weaver. And today we're talking about smoothies. And kind of tell us a little bit about why you chose those smoothies.
Okay, so we chose smoothies today because, again, you know, a lot of people really do start with those resolutions, you know, to eat right, and then they fall off. Because honestly, it can be very difficult, especially if you don't know what to buy, you know, what to make, and how to do it all, you know. And so today we just did like a reminder, you know, how easy it can be, you know, and then if you do it right, how that food can really kind of stay with you and last throughout the day. Yeah, so that's why we have so much stuff.
A lot of different options, but I think that's the fun of smoothies is that they're very versatile, very filling, and you can really make it your own. And that's kind of what you can see. We've done that already today, but we'll talk a little bit about what we've got.
Yeah, and then you can talk about too about what y'all put in it because it was really good, y'all.
Yes,
it was a great combination. So okay, so yeah, and so like we were saying earlier, you really want to make sure that you have that vegetable base if possible. You know, and I know not everybody is a vegetable person, but if you combine it with the right fruits, then you won't even know that the vegetables are there, but you're still getting those quality.
It's an easy way to kind of sneak it into your meal.
Exactly, yeah. And so, like I said, you know, you can do any combination of kale or spinach. You can do one by itself. You can do carrots. One of my favorite smoothies has orange, carrots, ginger, and it's just amazing.
Like a good
yes,
combo.
and it's very healthy too. And then starting over here with some vegetables, again, we do have sweet potatoes, you know, so if you're a sweet potato lover like I am, you know, it's really easy to put your sweet potatoes in. And the good thing about sweet potatoes is they're also naturally sweet, so you don't need that sugar. And then again, if you want pumpkin, you know, pumpkin can be very hard to find, you know, throughout the year.
Yes.
And so
I found that now. I've been wanting to make some pumpkin desserts, and there's no one sells like
No,
canned pumpkin.
yeah,
After Thanksgiving, they're out of the store.
They are, and that's true, yeah. And so this one, like I said, I did find this brand at Whole Foods, and the great thing about it is that while it's canned, there's still no sugar in it. So
There
it's
you
still
go.
only pumpkin is the only ingredient in there, and then the same with the sweet potato. And what's great about the canned versions is I actually use them for French toast and pancakes too. You know, so it's still a good way to get your vitamins and minerals even in your breakfast foods, and it's like pumpkin French toast or sweet potato French toast. It's
Sounds
amazing.
delicious.
Yeah.
So all you have to say for me.
And then so we're starting over here with our fruit. So dark berries are great for your antioxidants. And so I like this blend right here because it has all of them. It has your raspberries, your blackberries, your blueberries, and your strawberries all mixed in. Now, if you have like a certain allergy to anything, then you certainly can buy them separate and just kind of mix and match based off of what you want. And then the cranberries, so the great thing about these actually is they're buy one, get one free at Publix right now. So it's a great time to stock up on your fruits for your smoothies.
There you go.
All the doughs buy one, get one free. So your cranberries obviously are really rich in your vitamins as well. And then we have our pineapples, and not a lot of people know that pineapples are great for digestion. They help aid digestion. So if you're having any sort of like stomach issues, and if you want to kind of get things moving, then pineapples are good with that because of the enzymes that they have in them. Your mango is super high in vitamin C. So again, you know, these two right here combined are like your powerhouse for fighting off colds and flus.
Which is very important. We know this season we've been reporting on it a lot. So
Exactly.
That's a combo right there.
Exactly. And then so as far as the avocado is your healthy fats. So you always want to make sure that you're having healthy fats in your smoothies because that's also, in addition to the fiber, that's kind of what helps it stay with you longer, you know, and really helps kind of pump up that added health factor. Over here we have banana, and they look kind of green, and that's for a reason. So your green bananas are really important because there's like this super extended science behind it. I'm not going to get into it. Green bananas, I know, right? You don't want to hear about how the green, but so green bananas actually have less sugar in them than ripe bananas. So you know, the longer a banana sits in the ripe, the more like ripe it becomes, the like more sweeter and higher in sugar it becomes.
About platanitos, is that what you're thinking of? I feel like I saw the light bulb go on, like, yes, that's why they use that certain way.
Yes, and it's funny because when they're green, they're just so pasty and bitter, and there's no taste to them. But the good thing about it is what you do is you'll put your banana in the freezer, and so it also acts like ice, you know. And so again,
That was a trick Rebecca taught us. Is that
if you use frozen fruit.
Yeah. it acts like your ice so that your smoothie doesn't get watered down, which is definitely a great.
Yeah.
Great
Because
trick.
if you don't put it in one of those insulated thermoses or drinking cups, then obviously it's gonna melt throughout the day. Like nobody wants like it's
Yeah,
just
a watered
nasty.
down
Exactly,
smoothie.
exactly. And so again, so if you freeze your fruit, that's a great kind of like ice substitute for ice. If we come over here, then obviously we do have our grains, and so it helps to really help with that satiety. Difficult words to say. It's too early to say big words. But it has the fiber.
Yeah.
Fiber.
That's all we need to know.
Yes,
That's all we need to know.
And so fiber and iron in your oatmeal. And again, if you don't want to buy a big old thing of it, you can buy your packs. Now, the good thing about this is it's regular oatmeal. There literally is nothing in this.
Besides
Except for
oats.
oats.
Right.
It's just oats. And the same thing with this one right here. It's literally just oats. And so you'll notice that a lot of this stuff is green wise. And so what that means is it's organic and and pesticide free. And you want that because a lot of the times the pesticides mess with your endocrine system, and that can actually slow your metabolism down. So it's good to
And
be
with those
able-
New Year's resolutions, you want your metabolism
to be as high as possible.
as it can go.
Yes, and so when we talk about high metabolism, what are some foods that can help with that? And grapefruit definitely is one of those things. And so grapefruit can kind of be an acquired taste because
Yes.
it is so sour and so, kind of tart. But if you combine it properly, again, with the right fruits, you won't even know it's there, but you'll still up that metabolism factor, that fat burning factor. And then another way to up your fat burning factor is through your matcha. And so matcha, that's
Have you
what
ever
this
had matcha
green.
before? No.
I love matcha.
I've had it. Yeah, I have had it. I have to say
It
that,
is.
like, there's some days where I'm like, tastes great, love it. There's other days where I'm like, not really feeling it. Like, it has an acquired taste, but like the grapefruit would be a perfect thing to add into a smoothie and kind of hide the taste, but still have the positive factors.
Exactly. And I'll make a smoothie. I'll add to the one we have here. I'll make a smoothie. I'll put the matcha in it, and you tell me if you taste it or not.
Deal.
Because my son doesn't like matcha either. But
Okay.
when I make the smoothies, he has no idea it's even there.
That's
Because
awesome.
like the first time I made matcha, he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so gross," and I'm just like, "Oh, you're so dramatic," And so we made a smoothie with it, and he didn't. My kids they don't even care about what I do in the kitchen. They just go do what they do. So I was making the smoothie or whatever. And I'm like, "Yo, smoothie's done," and they're like, "Ah!" And they got so excited. They're running, getting the smoothie. And he's like, "Oh, Mom, this is so great." And I'm like, there's matcha in it. But so the great thing about matcha, like I said, is like the purest form of green tea. And so it has the catechin, another two big words too early for this, y'all. But anyway, EGCG actually is also great for metabolism and weight loss. And so studies have shown, like, when you drink green tea, then it can definitely help with that weight management goal that you have.
And I've heard too, it's like an energy booster.
It
so
is.
like for me and
Correct.
Charles that are caffeine addicts a little bit, it's a nice substitute to not have that second cup of coffee. You reach for the matcha instead, but it's a little bit more of a subdued, you're not that hyper caffeinated drive. It's more like a subdued.
Bounce off the
Yeah.
walls,
Yeah.
I think.
Right.
Yeah.
It's contained
That's
within-
how we like
Well, and that's true. So because it's the pure form of green tea, there is that caffeine content in it.
Right.
And so really, when you're making it with your smoothie, you only need about like 2 teaspoons
Right.
because then if you do any more than that, you probably will do like caffeine overload for a day.
Right.
So it's a great way to have that energy, like Sophia was talking about, but also get those benefits of that weight management metabolism boost too.
This is
Over
what we
here-
couldn't get to.
Yeah,
The-
we could not
the
get
fun
to
part.
any of this stuff. All right, so people love protein-based smoothies, and they do so because obviously it can stay with you longer. The problem with that can be, if you have, different allergies, or if you don't eat meat, how do you get those different sources of protein? And so peanut butter is a great way to get your protein. It also has vitamins and minerals. You want to make sure to do your natural forms. You don't want the peanut butter to have all the additives in it because, again, you're upping your sugar content, and the whole goal of your smoothie is to keep your sugar content as low as possible. Exactly. So if you want to do like a great smoothie, would be like peanut butter, bananas, your almond milk. If you want to throw some cold brew in there, then you can too, and some yogurt. And then, we didn't even get to our yogurt. Yogurt is also a great protein booster too, but you want to be mindful that you're using one that's low in sugar. A lot of the yogurts that are out there now are so high in sugar content, it's not even funny. So always make sure.
Or all these other extra things that it's
that
not
you
really
don't
even
need.
yogurt anymore.
Exactly.
It's like more like a sweet dessert than
Well, see, and that's the
yogurt.
thing. I think, our society has gotten so used to everything being sweet, 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 that they don't know what things taste like in their natural state. And so when they taste them in their natural state, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so nasty. And I'm like, no, that's what it's really supposed to taste like.
Right? Yeah.
And the good thing about this one is it's super high in your cultures that you need, your active cultures, to really help with that digestion, get everything moving. And that's what you want. You don't want like a backed up system. Like if you've ever had a backed up system, you know how awful that can be. You need to let it out, people. Just let it go. Like Elsa says, let it go. I'm not a singer. Okay.
Hey, that was a good attempt.
Yes. Anyway, so this actually is a very good brand. It actually is recommended by digestive doctors.
Okay.
So I don't know how to say it though. Another big word. Six Siggies. So yeah, so it's another good one. And then again, if you use the plain forms, then you don't have all that added sugar. Okay.
Awesome.
So that's another protein booster. Chia seeds are a great protein booster. So if you have a nut allergy, or maybe you try to do a vegan option, you don't want yogurt, chia seeds are also a great substitute. High in fiber, iron, protein, all of that stuff. And so, what's interesting about chia seeds? Have y'all ever used chia seeds in a liquid?
I have. They expand a lot. Like I'll do when I run it in my oatmeal in the mornings. I'll do like chia oatmeal, so to speak. That it's just chia seeds. But they expand a lot. Like if you probably put like a cup, it'll expand to like a bowl. Like they go a long way.
They do. They really do. So that's a good thing about them, and they'll stay with you as well. And then over here we have our cocoa powder. Some people say cacao, cocoa, however you want to, choose. It's your world. Do what makes you happy. Anyway, so this actually is a great natural sweetener. So there's no sugar in it, but what you do is you get the flavonoids from natural chocolate. So I actually put those inside my when I do the dark berry smoothies, I'll put some of that in there too, and so I'm really adding that flavonoid to the smoothies as well, so really kind of upping that power. All right, and so if we move over to some of our spices, somebody are like, really, spices, Rebecca? You got spices on your counter? Yes! And the reason for that is turmeric is great for anti-inflammatory. Yeah. So if you have arthritis, or if you have like swelling in joints or anything like that, if you have like a respiratory infection, turmeric is great for anti-inflammatory to really kind of reduce swelling and stuff. Blueberries are also great anti-inflammatory fruit to add to things as well.
And she was saying earlier about the let it flow kind of thing, let it go. For those that have IBD, IBS, that's a good thing too. Like people who have stomach issues, that helps with that.
It does. And so ginger helps with that too. It helps with like ease digestion. And so if people are having any sort of like stomach issues like cramping, or if they're having nausea, ginger is good for that as well. And so I always combine the two, because turmeric can be really strong also. Like if you're not used to the taste of it, exactly. But if you I counterbalance mine with ginger, and again, you don't even know it's there, but you're still getting all of the great properties that the two give you. Now, if you are so used to things being super sweet, you can actually use cinnamon, is really great sweetener, as is honey. And so this is
fancy.
This is a local honey. So this honey itself is from Millstone Plantation. So shout out to Mike and Millstone. And they actually do different kinds of blends of honey. And so they have a fall blend and a summer blend, because as you imagine, when the bees come in, the flowers change, and it produces, two different flavors of honey. So that's kind of like a,
cool.
I didn't know, but now I know kind of fast. So you want to use local honey, because local honey is going to be great for if you have allergies. And so that way, if you have, any type of allergies, sneezing, coughing, then the local honey will kind of help alleviate all that. Honey also is good for anti-inflammatory, and it has antibiotic properties as well. So if you're sick and you have a sore throat, I give my kids like a teaspoon of honey to calm like their coughs and stuff, and it works like magic. So yeah, and so that's what honey is for. And then again, your cinnamon can also be a natural sweetener that you can add without the sugar content.
Awesome.
And then over here, if I can reach it, so a lot of people use the protein powders, like the whey powder, oat powder, and protein powder, and all that stuff. I try to make sure that if we're using any type of powders, they're always plant-based. And so if you look in the back of this one, it's all your natural plants.
Very nice.
So that way you're making sure that you're getting all of the great properties, like, the things for, and see, I don't know if you can get it on the back.
Yeah.
But so it's great for vitality, for energy, for mental clarity. So all of this stuff really kind of helps with that like brain focus and concentration and stuff. Yeah, so you always want to make sure that you're doing things as natural as possible. So when you look at the table, again, you don't see any added sugars, so you're not going to see any granulated sugar, and you also don't see what? Fruit juice.
That's right.
Why no fruit juice? What do y'all think?
Sugar.
Added sugar.
Exactly.
Sugar.
There's
Lots of
so much.
I
Yes.
read somewhere, actually, I want to say yesterday, something that like the orange juice is like, even though it says 100% orange juice, it's usually like 100% artificially flavored. Like, it's not
Exactly.
just purely what you're getting, that natural sugars, that natural ingredients. So-
Right. Yeah. And so when we buy juice, if we have to buy juice, then we'll buy the the nut from concentrate. The one that's like fresh squeezed. To cut down on the added sugar, but there's still sugar in it, right? The concentrated versions are like honestly the devil because the concentrated forms are nothing but like the juice and sugar, like sugar on top of sugar.
Right.
And so then you mix it with water, and then you have this nasty like oh my gosh. it's
Yeah,
just
mixing
so
things. My
It's
goodness.
like, I don't even know. So yeah, and so you won't see those things. And so with that, what do we use as the base of our smoothies? So you have a lot of different options. Again, I love coconut water. Coconut water is great for hydration. If you are having stomach issues, if you're having, the stomach issue that starts with a D and comes out the other end, coconut water is great for that because of all of the vitamins and the minerals in it. Like it naturally rehydrates you. And a lot of people, they'll turn to sports drinks for like the sodium and electrolytes and stuff like that. But what people don't know is coconut water has electrolytes naturally. So you don't have the artificial colors, you don't have the artificial flavors, you don't have all that added sodium. You literally get everything that you need through the coconut water.
Right.
And again, there's no added sugar. Another option that you can use is almond milk. So almond milk is a great substitute, and that brand actually is from Target. And so there are people who drink cow's milk, and we actually, as humans, don't need cow's milk at all. Yeah. And so the almond milk is a great way to be able to get the vitamins and minerals that you need because of the vitamin A, vitamin D, your calcium's higher in calcium. Coconut milk is also high in calcium, so if you don't like almonds, you want to turn to coconuts, then we do as well.
Okay.
They have a vanilla form, a sweetened form, so let's say if you're making your coffee smoothies in the morning, then a vanilla one would be good. It's a little bit sweeter, but you can get a vanilla unsweet,
Right.
and so there's no added sugar there. And then with our coconut milk we have over here, we do have an unsweetened version. So again, you're still getting that flavor without the sugar. You can always put your favorite cold brew in your coffee for those people.
We
who
learned
need
that
a little
today.
Get up and
We
go.
got- Interesting.
Yes. And you always want to make sure that you're monitoring the sugar content of your cold brew. So if you notice this one doesn't have any added sugar in it, some cold brews, they do have, lightly sweet. And so what that means is they'll have sugar as like, the second or third ingredient. And so what's also important to note is that the higher up on the chart that an ingredient is, that means the more that's in there. So for example, if it starts with coffee and then has sugar as the next ingredient, the main ingredients are coffee and sugar, right?
Yeah.
And so the further down on the list, that's like the less that's in there. So let me see if we can find something. So for example, if we look at our peanut butter. So our peanut butters are made from peanuts, so peanuts is obviously the first ingredient.
Right.
Sugar is your second ingredient, oil is your third, and then it kind of goes down the list from there. So that's when you're reading your list, you always want to make sure that if anything does have sugar, sugar is as far down on the list as it can possibly be. And you can also obviously, look at the sugar
content,
right there. Yeah. But it's a great way to know and keep track of what's in your food, because some people don't even turn over the back. They're just like, they see natural, they see organic, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is great, let's just go. And they run and they shop and they go.
Right.
Well, it is, because, you can look at things and be like, oh, natural. But then when you turn it over, you see all these added things in there, and so like clearly it's not natural. Like if I look at my spinach or my kale, it's spinach.
Right.
It's
Same
kale.
with these frozen ones. Mango.
Exactly.
This one not as much, but this one has mango. The avocado
Yeah,
has.
that's
This
avocado.
is more to preserve it, I think. The
Let me see,
citric
this one.
acid.
Yeah, so the citric acid, what that is to keep it fresh.
Fresh,
Because
yeah.
if y'all notice,
And that's
if
what you notice
cut
with,
open,
with regular avocados. That's why I think people probably don't use those as often in their smoothies because they have to be like at the perfect ripeness to be able to cut it. But then like if you wait too long, then it gets like that gross brown, mushy. Yeah,
well,
you're
and
like, I
so
don't
a
know
way
what
to
I'm
counteract that is so if you, because you're exactly right, and that's why that has citric acid in there
Right.
to help maintain the freshness of it. Because anytime avocado hits air, apples are the same way. Anytime they hit air, they start to turn brown.
Okay.
So what do you do for that?
There you go.
Lemon and lime juice are a great way to keep your fruits fresh. And so we have this cute little avocado pod at home. It's literally shaped just like an avocado. It's so cute. And so like if we use half the avocado, we can take the second half of it. Yep, put lemon juice and lime juice on top of it, put it in this avocado pod, and it stays fresh. Now, if you don't want to go through all that trouble, you literally can buy frozen avocado and keep your life moving. Yeah, because we want to cut down on excuses. No excuses, people. We're going to do this.
New year, new year.
Exactly.
Let's make it happen.
Exactly. And so also too, I mentioned the lemon and the lime juice because if you do want that added sweetness again, but without that sugar, then you can use, these are like your concentrated. So it's basically like I took a lime and squeezed it in a bottle, right? And so you can add these to your smoothies to give them more tropical flavor. And then lemon juice also is really great to get your digestive system going in the morning. So if you wake up and you have a glass of lemon water, it basically kickstarts everything into motion. You know, so if you want to start your day with a glass of lemon water, and then go make your smoothie, have your smoothie, and so you want to talk about the blender?
Yeah, I'll share because Charles had to leave when we were blending it, but he wanted a tropical smoothie, so that's what we made. We did. He's like, yeah, mango, banana, pineapple, and then at the last second we put in some goji berries, which are actually like speaking about those things that maybe you don't love the taste. I personally like the taste of goji berries. Have you ever had them before?
I've had it before.
Right.
I mean, yeah, sure, give it a shot.
They're a great snack.
Yeah,
You
did
literally
you-
just chew
yeah.
if you want to. They're a little bit hard.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chewy kind of.
Yeah.
So we mix those in, and you really can't taste it. And that's like I think the what we've been talking about this whole time. The beauty of a smoothie is that if there's certain things that you don't like, but you probably need more of in your diet, you're able to incorporate it into your smoothie, and then you're good to go.
And goji berries are good because of the amino acids, and the fiber content, the potassium content, and iron and zinc as well. So these are also another superfood. So, and then as far as the blender, Sophia and I were sharing that I went through, I don't know how many blenders before I found the Ninja. I just think it's awesome. They did not sponsor our Facebook Live. But it's just a really great blender because if you make smoothies as much as I do and my family does, this has lasted us, I can't even tell you, like it's super durable. You literally can, take all your whole foods, put it in and just blend it. Like if I put my carrots in, it'll blend it, it's really smooth. Yeah, or when we do oat, because we had oats to our smoothies a lot, blends it smooth, Excuse me.
And that's a big thing about it as well, like the consistency. I think is like what either makes or breaks a smoothie, or that's why people like it or don't like it.
Chunky.
Right, you don't want it chunky, you don't want it watery. There's a lot of do's and don'ts, but hopefully this helped you. This has been hopefully informative. So thank you for joining us on our Facebook Live. We will see you next weekend, bright and early.